driving along toward Trout Lake, and there's our first view of the mountain. Yeah, it's big. Here we are coming up on Mount Adams near Trout Lake. Absolutely beautiful. So here we are, bouncing along on the bouncy road, getting closer and closer to Mount Adams. Our feeling is every mile we drive on this road is a mile we don't have to walk. But skyline you see up there is pretty much our route. So here we go.
We are just getting ready to put our packs on, and this little guy trotted right behind us. Super not afraid. Okay, deer in the foreground, and I just spotted the fox in the back.
Get both the deer and take a ride away.
It's like the deer is following the fox. There's Mount Hood behind some trees. Mount St. Helens way through there, you can just barely see it. And then our goal is right up there. Lots of grass for the deer. And I better catch up to Roger. The trail we just came up. There's our companions, Mount Hood. Keep going. This forest got burned or taken out by those beetles. There's Mount Adams. No, we're on Mount Adams. That's Mount St. Helens. Hello, no caffeine. All right, continuing up the trail. There's Roger, working his way up. And there's Mount Adams. That's our goal. Okay. I was just video vlogging too.
Hi.
We have our first patches of snow.
There's a guy walking down. He went up in one day, up this morning, left around midnight. And there's Mount Hood off in the distance. And as we're hiking up, our first snow. Genie's on it, and there's our goal, about 5.5 miles away, maybe 5 miles away. We're probably about a mile in. So
Here's our mountain. We have a choice. We have that trail or straight ahead to this trail. So Roger's gonna go read the signs and see if we're in the right place. There's a little creek coming off the snow. There's the trail that we just came from, or AKA the road that's wide. We are now at a point where we are switching to a trail. Taking a little rest break here. You can kind of see the mountain through the trees. And we've hit pretty much snow. Just came through patches of snow. Having a great view here. We can see St. Helens again up through the trees. There. Oh wow. Coming on this lovely curve in the trail. Some beautiful wildflowers. Some lupin. And there's a pretty darn good view of our goal. More lovely wildflowers. It's just beautiful. Gorgeous day for hike. So when your Snickers bar starts to melt in your pack, you're buried in the snow for about 30 seconds. And then it'll be good to eat again. Cleanse it right up. Pro tip just in case anybody needs.
So Jeannie and I are on the climbing trail now. There's the sled with a backpack on it going across a little bit of gravel and rocks, and then on over to the snow, going on over to the left over into the trees, and then on around up to the mountain, which is up that way. So that thing's working out just perfectly. Okay, well,
The sled is not quite as graceful going over the rocks, but it works. We're on our way.
where at the top of that glissade on the left, there's the snow. You see the snow slope going. You can see people on it. It's coming down, I guess. You see people on that snow slope up there. Above, it's above.
Right.
It's above the Crescent Glacier, and then there's a black ridge, and above the black ridge is another long snow tongue, and there's people up there.
Right.
That's a route.
Okay.
And on the left side of that, the ridge on the left side of where those people are, there's a lot. That guy looks like he's skiing or glissading, one or the other. There's a lot of rock shelters for camping in there.
Nice.
Here we are just getting up into just beautiful picturesque country. The little bowl you see above Genie's head is the Crescent Glacier,
And you can see some white lines coming out of that down into it. Those are glissade paths. We're going to climb up into that bowl and then right up those glissade paths onto the snow above it, and then keep on going. That what looks like the summit of Mount Adams, you see that flat bar up there that looks like the summit, is actually the false summit at 11,000 feet, and it's a quarter of a mile on from there to the true summit. That long slope you see is that's a 3 hours up and 10-minute down glissade. That's way up at the top. Okay, well, on we go.
Here we are going up the next snow area. Oh, Mount St. Helens is right behind those trees. Anyway, it's beautiful. The snow is absolutely perfect. It's soft, but not too soft. We're not sinking in up to our hips, which is really good because I am not exactly sure where my gaiters are. So isn't that fantastic? I do have snow pants that we can absolutely make work if needed. And I'm hoping that I just shove the gaiters. Oh, Roger's waving. I hope I shove the gaiters somewhere in a little slip of my pack, and I just have no idea where the heck they are. Anyway, that's the check-in for now. Enjoying the snow climb. We might camp in those trees, like 2 sets of trees above Roger's hat. So I think that's where we're headed for now. All right, take care, bye.
Genie is kicking steps on the way up. Doing a marvelous job making my ascent so much easier because I can step where she steps. You can see to the left of us a glissade path, and to the left of that, and then above her is the summit of Mount Adams. A little ways away though. Like we're less than 2,000 feet, and it's at 12. I mean, we're less, no, that would not be correct. We're less than 7,500 feet, and it's 12. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the story of Wilson. Wilson is a rather unique soccer ball that is designed for third world countries. It's made of the same material that Crocs shoes are made of, and it's not actually inflated. It just holds its shape because it's fairly stiff plastic, but not brittle. And you can poke a knife in it, and it will continue to serve as a soccer ball for years. So this is something that people buy, and they send them to third world countries where they play soccer ball. They play soccer with little balls of rags, and this gives them a ball that if it gets punctured, it doesn't really matter. If it gets bitten by a lion, it doesn't matter. So my friend Robert Smith carried a blue soccer ball that he called Wilson everywhere, and he showed it to everybody, and he would stab a knife into it, and he would talk him in, and then he would he would suggest to them that for $30 they could send 2 of these to a third world country. And he ended up going to Ecuador and to Vietnam, and he took over 150 of these soccer balls with him when he went and gave them away. So he's a really nice guy. Well, we decided we would take Wilson up to Mount Adams with us. So we went right by this cairn, and we carried Wilson up about another 1,000 feet, camped overnight, got up the next morning, and Robert hiked for a little ways and said he was just not going to be able to make it. So we turned around and came back down. On the way down, we set Wilson on this cairn. And then we continued on back to the car, forgetting all about the fact that we had abandoned Wilson and left him on this rock. So we felt really bad about it, but we were too far down to come back up. We were within half an hour of the car, but we ran into 2 couples coming up. Robert and I had separated by this time because he was a little faster than me. We were really close to the car, so he sprinted for the cars. I ran across a couple. The woman was an attorney from Yakima, and her fiance, I think. And I told him the story, and I said, if you can find Wilson, would you take him to the top for us? And Robert ran into another couple and gave him the same story. Well, my couple turned out to be the one that did that. So they actually found Wilson, the blue soccer ball, took him to the top of Mount Adams, and at that time, the lookout tower on top had a little piece of wood sticking up, and there were all kinds of banners hanging from it. And so this lady hung Wilson from that pole and took a picture of it. And then she came back down, and I had given her my email address, and she emailed me and Robert that she had successfully put Wilson on the top of Mount Adams. So that was outstanding. Then we saw a couple YouTube videos of the summit of Mount Adams, and Wilson was still there. And then one video showed Wilson inside of the lookout tower that's on top on a shelf with some people talking next to it, and then Wilson vanished. So that's the mystery of Wilson. But at least Wilson made it to the top from this very rock we're sitting on. So that's the story of Wilson. So, sayonara. Here's Genie going by another cairn. You can see the tracks going up. Then you can see the lip of the Crescent Glacier up there. And then above that, some tracks on the snow. And above that, the summit of Mount Adams off in the distance. Pretty darn close to 1,500 feet above our starting point. 1,500 feet down. 5,500 feet, no, 4,500 feet to go. Today we did a couple miles up a dirt road that really didn't have a lot of elevation gain. Tomorrow the elevation gain starts right off the bat. So tomorrow we hope to get up to the lunch counter, and then the next day we'll hope to make the summit. That's our plan.
Here we go. We are starting to melt snow. Get some water. There it is. And this is the view from my kitchen. There's up the hill, way up there's the mountain, riding back around. This is the view from the kitchen. There's Mount Hood. And back around this way is Roger. Making his stuff in the tent. Roger is making a spoon or fork, mountain style.
Spoon.
Spoon. We'll see how it turns out.
So here we are. We just poured water into our little freeze-dried dinner pouches. That says beef stroganoff. So we let that wait for
10 minutes is what mine says.
10 minutes? Okay, we got to seal it up and wait for 10 minutes. And meanwhile, it's still very pretty out. It's 10 minutes after 6, and we're getting, there's Mount Hood in the distance. Just absolutely gorgeous. So, and we are melting snow for our water bottles.
I know, I think
And there's our water filtration kit. We melt the snow and then we filter it and put it in our water bottles. So that's our system. We had to boil some water for our dinner. Right.
Do that work.
So we just left camp. We camped right there in the trees. And we are now going up this snow slope. You can see a glissade path up there. That first little lip, it's hard to see it's a lip, but where the glissade path on the right ends. Well, it is a lip, the skyline. That puts us into the Crescent Glacier, and then we're going to go up on, after that, we'll go up on top of that big ridge up there. That puts us on the upper snowfield, which takes straight to the lunch counter.
Passing our campsite for the night. Snow is icy, so we are doing crampons this morning. There's Mount Hood off in the distance. And this is our goal. Just keep going up.
There's a person glissading down as we're going up. Genie's on the right and the gentleman's on the left. I think that's his female companion coming down. It's kind of icy, so they're taking it easy as they glissade, but still it's an easy way to come down.
Glissading in action. It's not graceful, but that's the fun part right up here. That's a little tricky. looking for you guys to relax. Yeah, ice here. Here. Thank you. Be safe.
Yep. The old double ice axe trick.
I know. I've never done a double ice axe.
Does
Not quite sure.
that mean you're doubly safe?
I don't know.
or doubly in danger?
Yeah. You don't really need it the rest of the way. Keep coming.
That down there is where we just came from, up super steep hill. And this is what we're looking forward to. Somewhere up there. I think this is the Crescent Glacier.
So we just came up over this lip a few minutes ago. Took a bit of a break. That black hill over there is called the South Butte. And then this bowl here is called the Crescent Glacier. This is a permanent glacier in here. There are no crevasses in it. And our route, and all the way around to Genie. Our route, we're going to go over to those rocks, traverse below them, over to that glissade chute in the distance, and then we'll go up the glissade chute. If you can see the glissade chute up there. We're going to go just to the right of that. We'll traverse below these rocks, go to the bottom of the glissade chute, and then climb up to that lip. That's our plan. So there's my pack, set up to tow my sled with all my gear in it. And there's Genie, much stronger than I am, carrying all her gear on her back like almost everybody else does. Genie's traversing our way over. Once we get past these two little rocks on our left, then we'll start up to that lip up there. We're on the Crescent Glacier, and we actually found what looks like a little tiny baby crevasse. And there's a hole there, you can see it there. Actually what's going on, and there's rocks under the snow like over there. And the sun is getting the rocks warm. And the snow is melting next to the rocks, forming those gaps. So it's not really a crevasse.
I'm right there with you. Steep ass snow slope. With a bitch of a curve at the end. Oops. Yeah, I had to go higher on that one. And here comes this hot damn for us. You can see it doesn't look that deep in the video. That's pretty much what we just came up, just a different part of it that is freaking steep.
So here we are at the top of the lip. We just crawled out of the Crescent Glacier Bowl. There's the South Butte over there. There's Mount Hood over there. Hey, Jeannie, show everybody your neat trick to get flies off.
Oh. One good use for long hair.
That's right. And let's see, there's Mount Hood. Over there in the behind the tree is Mount St. Helens. And ahead of us, you can't see the top of Adams yet, but we've got to go up that snow slope. We'll probably go up the one to the left through the rocks. And that will put us up on the long snow field up to the lunch counter. Just some pretty windswept trees or snow. Actually, they're not windswept. The snow is very deep here, and then as it melts, it starts to move, and it kind of drags the trees with them, so they get a sort of a windswept look. We are, by the way, right at tree line. Above us, well, no, there's a few more trees above us, but then we'll be above tree line. Howdy! Sure, and you can see this crack in the snow here. That's actually a little tiny brook shred. It goes up there and on up all the way around. That's where the glacier pulls away from the mountain. Now this is a little tiny baby one that a chipmunk could crawl out of, but a real brook shred on a real glacier can be literally hundreds of feet deep.
We're maybe halfway up this slope. The trees are getting smaller here, almost above the tree line. And maybe we're more than halfway. There's Roger making his way up the kick steps. Mount Hood in the background. There's the glacier down there, and somebody's going down it. Kick steps are way easier with crampons. Just a lovely little spikes here and there going nice. Just saying. Alright. It's windy. There's Mount St. Helens. We're on this lovely snow slope. Nice. And we still have to that ridge there right in the middle to go. Almost there. That's our next little slope to go up. We've, pardon me, come a long way. It's just absolutely gorgeous up here. That's where we just came. There's Roger sitting on a rock having a snack. And then a big bunch pile of rocks behind us.
Well, it's our first view of the summit all day. We're just coming up on just getting on another snow rise. Catch you later.
So Roger said we're on the start of the final snow slope to get to the lunch counter. And I thought it would level off a little bit after this, but not so much. Anyway, there's the summit up there. Touring around We're above the tree line. Nice little scraggly trees right by Mount St. Helens. And Karen and Roger coming up the slope with Mount right in the back. Whew. Okay, that was a haul. We're maybe halfway up the next section. Stand at the top, bunch of rocks, and there's Roger. I go along.
Pardon? Oh,
There's the summit and the false summit. At the base of that, can't see it yet, is the lunch counter. We are so close. It's way the hell off, but hey, it makes it sound good. Anyway, we're working our way up this really long slope, not as steep as some of the others, but we're making it. That's all that matters. Still working on a long snow slope, but it just occurred to me.
South Butte down there, that big Rocky Mountain.
Okay, big
The
Rocky
winter
Mountain.
route goes to the left of that.
The winter route goes to the left of the Rocky Mountain right down there. Just in case anybody wanted to know. What caught my eye was what was past
There's
it.
not enough snow now for winter route.
That ridge is the end of the Columbia River Gorge. It's all brown and eastern Washington, eastern Oregon. Not a while. Back in and lots of snow. There's Roger. Still climbing. Okay, looking up, we are still on long ass slope. However, that's the summit right up there, that little bump to the left, and it does not look insurmountable anymore. Mind you, the snow slope on the right to get up to the summit is like 2,500 feet, and that bump at the top apparently
Pardon?
is really steep.
Oh, yeah.
So it's still going to be quite the trek. Anyway, here's the view. Downhill, more snow below Roger. Yay, we're getting there. This is video blog, I don't know, 13 from long ass steep hill. And we're still working on it. Plugging away, there's Roger. I got a little bit ahead of him inadvertently. He said I didn't have to, I could only kick step once if I wanted to, so I haven't been digging holes. It's working pretty good, but I'm unintentionally going a little faster. So I will check in another, I don't know, couple hundred feet.
So Jeannie took off ahead. She's up there. All the people from the Friday morning are arriving, and they're going to take all the good spots. So she's going to go up and find us a camp spot. Also, there's reports of running water up there, and that'll save us an hour of melting snow to get water. So we definitely want to find that water. So she's on a mission to find the water first and a campsite second, and I'll come on up and find her when we get up there. So she moves an awful lot faster without me, I'll tell you. Okay.
Might be the last video vlog from long ass snow slope. We're headed for just over those rocks at the base of that. I ran ahead of Roger ish. Oh, he's just down there coming over the ridge. Anyway, trying to get ahead and get a campsite because I guess more people are going to show up in the next couple hours, so fingers crossed. So we found the water. There's Aggie right there, the tent. There's the summit up there somewhere, and I'm going back down to see Roger. He hasn't cleared this point yet, so he'll be. Okay, so there's Aggie up there in orange. I came down this slope, and there's Roger right on the corner. Yay! He made good time. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the pack from him and we'll have dinner before too long. Yay!
So I had to have some rescue help. Jeannie came back. She went up and set the tent up. You can see over there that little red tiny thing. And she's helping me. Thank you, Jeannie. Jeannie's approaching our camp. She's up on those rocks. You can't quite see it. And over there is an awesome find. It's a waterfall. Jeannie's almost to our camp, which is right over those rocks. And over there is a waterfall, which gives us fresh water. And that's just magic for up here at the lunch counter. We are at the lunch counter. And over there, our objective for tomorrow morning, to go up that long, steep slope. We call that the wall. It doesn't look so steep from here, but it's steep.
It's Roger. And just a quick overview of the lunch counter. Looks like there's a tent way over there on the rocks. You can't hardly see it. It's green. Anyway, and then we're on this huge outcropping of rocks. There's another tip of a tent there. And as we go down farther, there's a creek running right through the middle of that where we're going to get our water tonight. We have some neighbors. Lots of colorful tents out here. We feel like we're regular campers tonight. We made it with everybody else. All right, keep going around. And Roger thinks this outcropping way down here is where we might have got married 24 years ago. So you can see St. John's in the background. Oh, or maybe up here. We'll have to figure it out. Anyway, so that is a tour of where we're camping tonight. We are filtering water to have dinner. Tonight we are right by the lunch counter. We are at the lunch counter. And there's running water. It's so exciting because last night it took, what was it, an hour, hour and a half hour and a half to melt snow to fill our water bottles.
Today it could be like 50.
So thank goodness for running water. And it's ice cold from that snowfield right up there. So fantastic. So I just noticed, if you look behind Mount Hood, there is another peak. Maybe it's not Jefferson? I don't know which one's down there. One of the sisters? I'll have to do some research. Kind of cool. We're like way the heck away from it. In Tent City, it's cool.
Well, here's where we made the fateful decision. I decided that I didn't have enough strength to continue, so I told Jeannie, gave her a hug, and I said, "See that line of climbers over there? Get in line and you can make it up to the top." I said, "You've got this, Jeannie. Go for it." And so she did. So the next video after this map will show her heading off on her own. Good for Genie.
Well, I made it to the top of that snow slope we were headed for, and it's all gravel behind me, so I gotta take off my crampons to get across it. Roger's behind. He's down there. He wasn't feeling up to it, so he told me to go on. He started crying, then I took myself to waste the water this morning, so I'm about to take off my crampons and show you what I'm gonna climb over this rock pile and see that line of people. That's where I'm headed. Way up, fingers crossed. Alright, it's kind of windy still. Peace out. It's a gravel field. Oops. Okay, I made it to 10,031 feet. There's my truck at the field. I still have 2,000 feet, but I realized that my snacks aren't available, so I am going to pull some out of my pack really quick and make them handy. And I'm going to take a quick break. Not looking up or down, just going step by step and making my way slowly. I think it's kind of like a don't look down thing, and you focus on the step by step. That's it for now. So 10,739 meters, something like that. Got a ways farther to go up this steep slope. And it's 4 mile across and 800 feet vertical to the summit. So just up to the right on the way in.
Okay, well, um, this is as far as I got with Jeannie when I hiked with her a little while ago. A couple hours ago, I got up here. But I got up here all by myself thinking maybe I could just go for it. And all of a sudden I felt dizzy. I've never felt that before, but that's a symptom that maybe a signal to me that this is about as high as it's safe for me to go. So that's a little tongue of snow up there. That's kind of like a bottleneck. Everybody goes through there. So Jeannie will come back through there. The camp is right back down there where that green tent is. I'm not very far above it. And again, I'm going to go over there, and that's the rest of the lunch counter. I've never really walked over in that area. I know where it drops off over there. It supposedly drops off to the Adams Glacier, so maybe I can get a view of that. So I'm going to wander over that way and do that. That'll be what I'll be doing today.
Alright, made it to 10,000 today. I am on the top of the Portland Ridge. I don't know if you can see the clouds. It's a little sketchy coming.
Well, Jeannie, if you're up there, it's 11:30 on the nose. So wherever you are, you can sure see the uh, wind whipping off the summit. Getting closer, you can see the wind just whipping over that summit. And you can just see the wind whipping over the summit. And it's 11:30 in the morning, and Jeannie's up there somewhere. We'll figure out where Genie is at 11:30. But I'll zoom in on that summit. You can just see the wind whipping over on that summit. So very windy up there. I'm down at 9,500 feet taking.
Just in case you see what I'm looking at, like, got a good mic. Clear it out for a minute. Hopefully, this will work. Rolling. Yep, okay. This is me summiting. Here it goes. That was really friggin' cool. The clouds are rolling in again. It's windy as hell. I'm crying. I forgot the special package, but got a little bit. Anyway, okay, hopefully I'm not off screen. Alright, I'm gonna shut it off now. Right there behind me, wherever it is, there it is. Oh, Mount St. Helens is sucked in again. Mount Hood you can barely see. I cried. I smiled. I ate. Sunscreen out my nose and I'm back down. So check in a bit.
This is going up to the fall summit. Somebody over there. Yeah. And it looks like glaciators coming out. I'll just capture the actual glaciators. I'm going down on my knees. Here we go. myself for a second. Hey, here come the first light. Yeehaw! Snow surfing, yeah! Perfect light safe.
Recognize where the hell I was. Thank God for a million people that climb this mountain. Down the glissade. And I got that much more to go. Our tent is down there somewhere. I got stopped by a pile of snow, so okay, carrying on. I'm not going to videotape this though because it's going faster than I like. It's kind of dangerous. My axe axe in both hands. Okay, it's less steep here. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Yeah, more little bumps. Woo! Tell you what, this morning it took more effort to get. Woo! And I sure am enjoying the trip down. And Roger's down there somewhere. Our tent. Oh, holy. Right here. Thanks this morning's fun. Hours. See the bit of snow I kind of wafting on. Alright. It's nice to have little hills like that to slow you down. Oh, and then the snow gets caught under your bum and then you stop for a second. That's why it's comfortable. Exciting. Okay, now this one is fun. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna stop here and switch to a different path. There's one on the other side of me. So, okay, out. If I can find the thing to shut off. Super weird. I have my own personal 20-foot avalanche in front of me. I think the whole thing is gonna come to a stop. But it's been really weird riding with this snow. It's Roger down there. Okay, looks like we're coming to a stop. The timestamp on us is this video is the how long it took to glycate. He's kind of dead. Path I just came down. All right, success. There's the tent down there flattened. I accidentally almost took us to the wrong rock outcrop because we went up that way in the morning and we came down across the creek. Back at camp, made it. Roger made it to just over 10,000 feet. So I'm gonna put the flat tent back up and call it a successful trip. Shadow. Just above. They're good for the summit. Water underneath this. The beginning of day 4. We are on our way down. Still out. Still out. Roger's trying to get his sled in front of him. It's pretty icy out here. We'll see if this works. This is how I'm rolling this morning. Quite the lovely mess, but hey, it works. what I say. Okay, bumpy. Oh, bumpy. Oh. Okay, slow going. I know, right? Oh, okay, bumpy. Woo. We're about done. Oh, this is bumpy. Oh. Ow. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. Woo. Oh, well, that was a good one. Oh. Oh, sorry. There's Roger sliding down with the sled.
Ground to a halt.
Roger is going to ride on his toboggan down the hill. It's bumpy for glissading. If it works, I might glissade down his little path there. Oh, it's got to turn it the right way. Ready? Oh, hell yeah. What is a toboggan for? Does that thing steer? Crash and burn. Oh, it got a little ways. It's Roger and Danger Sled glissading. Oh, I had a toboggan collision. I think that's cheating. I think the sled just pulled him a little. Nice.
Okay. Think about this now. I want that. You know, if you broke on one leg like this and lean on one side, then that reduces the friction. That thing is barely moving, right along here. Right on the other hand, I have a because I'm leaning this way, I'm going to switch this over to this path. Okay.
Looks like that was the end. So we didn't think this was the glissade into the glacier, but it is. We went up that ridge the other day. One of the sketchier things. I came down. There's literally like a 4-foot cavern that you hurl through on your way down this glissade. It's pretty freaking cool. It's like a slalom, just back and forth. I can see Roger and Bessie making their way through. He named his sled Bessie. There they are. A couple of tobogganers. Oh, Bessie got off track. Made it. Headed down. The main trail goes up between those rocks. You can see a climber on it right now traversing. The other day we went just below the rocks and traversed right up next to the farthest right of those glissade slides. So that was pretty sketchy getting over that lip for me, but we made it. And then today we came down the far end. That's where we just were. And glissaded all the way down. Super cool glissade for future note. Ready to go down the next slope. We're starting the Cairn Trail. We're gonna follow that. That's where we're. Roger's probably almost to the glissade. He's looking for one. So Roger's just coming over what was about 10 feet of exposed rock. Right in the middle of the glissade trail. It's mountain off. So he slowly went up to that and scooched the bum over. Now he's made it to the good spot. Looks like Bessie's staying on track this time. He's got a snow pillow. And a rock. Woo! Peeking out every little bitch.
Right down to the rock.
Right down to the rock. Getting back down into the trees. Oh,
Oh,
hi. So it's time to say goodbye to the higher mountains. Got a little leash on the sled here, so it doesn't become an attack sled. But great adventure. Nice to be headed home. Looking forward to something yummy, and yeah, it's all good. Lovely, lovely day. We were looking for that water the other day. Roger knew it was there, just was hidden. So that's the summit behind me. We're, oh, great, sunscreen. Patches of snow are getting farther apart. More gravel, more dirt, which means the car is getting closer. So it's been a great trip.